Okay.
Wait for me.
We're gonna film. I'm just gonna introduce the video and then...
Are you gonna film me washing dishes?
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to another episode of Cooking with the Chans. It's filming!
Oh, sorry.
This is the episodes where we make all the foods that you can't eat because you're not here. Today's theme
is TexMex.
And the reason they call it TexMex is because the cuisine comes from the country called Texmex. TexMex is...
Actually, it's a fusion between Texan and Mexican cuisine.
What better way to say Tex-Mex than Jocelyn Shu's favorite food?
Quesadillas!
Ingredients for quesadillas. Mexican bread. The Mexicans call it tortilla.
And cheese, whatever you want, any kind of cheese, just make it shredded.
First thing you want to do is heat up a pan. We're using an electric cooking plate here. If you're using a frying pan, set it over a medium heat for about 30 seconds. Spoon a teaspoon of butter into the pan and let it melt. Alternatively, you can use vegetable oil. This will give your quesadillas a nice brown, crispy outside. You don't want to use as much butter as we did here if you're only making one quesadilla. Lay a tortilla down on the butter immediately after it's melted so the butter doesn't burn.
On one side?
Sprinkle the shredded cheese onto half of the tortilla, then fold the other half over. How much cheese you use is really up to you. Mash it down a little bit and let it cook on one side for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Then flip it over and let the other side cook for the same amount of time.
A little bit to see what it looks like.
This?
Yeah. You can use your finger. Yeah, that's what it should look like.
The sides ought to be a nice golden brown and the cheese on the inside will be melted. That looks good.
I'm gonna flip it over one more time and then Alright, and when you're done making your quesadillas, garnish with guacamole and sour cream.
OMG! Brian! We don't like sour cream!
That's fine, I have a solution for you. If you don't like sour cream, don't put sour cream on your quesadillas. If you don't like guacamole, don't put guacamole on your quesadillas. If you don't like poop, don't put poop on your quesadillas.
But it's optional!
If you don't like quesadillas, don't put quesadillas... But we can't just have quesadillas. What would go really well with quesadillas?
Spanish rice!
Ingredients for Spanish rice.
Long grain rice. Don't use that jasmine rice that families use in the house.
Asian families.
Asian
families.
Long grain rice. Don't use those Asian family rice. Jasmine Asian family rice. Long grain rice. Don't use those jasmine rice that Asian family use. Long grain rice. Don't use that jasmine rice that Asian family use. Red or kidney beans. 8 ounces tomato sauce.
葱.
1 bell pepper. You don't like it.
What'd you say?
He doesn't like bell pepper. If you don't like green peppers, you can substitute it with something else that's green or verde. Verde. And 1 red onion.
To prepare the ingredients for your Spanish rice, we'll only be using half of the red onion, so cut it in half and eat it, or plant an onion tree with it. Cut the ends off the onion and peel the outer, dry skin off and throw them away. Dice the onion into little cubes. If you're using the bell pepper, cut that in half and spoon out the seeds. Dice that into little cubes too. Pour some vegetable oil into a saucepan over medium heat, just enough to cover the surface. Once the oil becomes watery, pour in 2 cups of the long grain rice. Mix the rice with the oil just enough to coat the grains of rice with the oil.
Look at you, girl.
Stir in the onions and cook them until the onions become a little translucent. Add the bell peppers and a little of the diced tsong. We forgot to film dicing that up. Add the can of tomato sauce and stir to thoroughly mix.
Okay. Classes are doing like...
Add the beans and then stir in 3 cups of water, Then wait for the mixture to boil. Once the mixture begins to boil, add some pepper, salt, and crush a little of the oregano into the mixture. Stir it, then cover it with a lid and let it steam for about 15 minutes. Make sure you don't take the lid off during this time.
By the way, the lid is gonna be hard.
For dessert, we're going to make flan. The ingredients that you're going to need to make flan are
1 cup of flan!
No, I'm just kidding. If you don't have flan, then we'll show you how to make it next time.
Popcorn.